Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gaura Nitai, Mayapur Sashi Jaya, Gaura Nitai, Jaya Mayapur Sashi.
Reading from the pastimes of Srila Prabhupada. He's probably somewhere else right now. Gurudas, who we saw yesterday. Everyone see Gurudas yesterday? See that? Gurudas has said that to all ISKCON centers inviting devotees to attend the opening of the Krishna Balaram Mandir in Vrindavan. He had invited life members from Bombay and Calcutta, and he had reserved cars for them on the trains. Prabhupada also was inviting his disciples to come to Vrindavan for Janmashtami. Lecturing before hundreds of devotees in Los Angeles, he said, I invite all of you to come to Vrindavan to the opening of the Krishna Balaram Mandir. Prabhupada had also mailed invitations to his godbrothers, and when one of them accepted the invitation, Srila Prabhupada replied, assuring him of accommodation and suggesting the easiest way to travel from Calcutta to Vrindavan. So when the devotees first saw, when the curtains opened and the Krishna Balaram Mandir was first opened, Triparani, she was at the front, and he didn't want to move, and the Shankar Bhattacharya kept poking him in, and he just ignored her. He said because he'd been through so much to get to this point, the deities were really reciprocating of him and holding on, and he was just mesmerized. So she kept poking him. And eventually he looks around and she goes, it's very nice that you're seeing the deities amongst us moving by now, but if you step aside, somebody more will be off the ocean. So she's not aware, so we have to step aside and she's and what some of the devotees would do was, instead of looking at the deities, they would look at Srila Prabhupada looking at the deities, and then they realized that Srila Prabhupada was actually seeing Krishna. And they were looking at the deities and they couldn't see Krishna. They saw Prabhupada, they realized, oh, that must be Krishna. Prabhupada would be crying and be so absorbed. So if you're in the temple room, like some other people go to Vrindavan, and you can see, look at the deities, but look at the faces of the devotees, looking at the deities. Jai Jai Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jai Jai Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So some of the devotees are still suffering the effects of Harinam intoxication. You see the Vishnu Guru. He was very animated this morning in the preaching. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, cough deep, the Amrit. So we're reading from the CC. What are we? From the CC.
185.
1911, little section of Dasa, chapter 19, entitled The Lord Instructs Sri Rupa Goswami, and we're on the text. So there's no doubt, so I wrote through this translation. Chastidasya Sakya Bhaktanya Madhurya Rasa Nama Krishna Bhakti Rasa Madhi Ekanta Pradhana.
So it has a purport, 185.
There's that one. There's no. I'll just run through the. Chief Transcendental Maharaj explains with the Supreme Personality of Brahma Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Bhaktanya, and Madhurya. Section 186. Besides the 5 direct mouths, there are 7 indirect mouths known as laughter, wonder, chivalry, compassion, anger, disaster, and fear. This verse is found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 25116. In addition to the 5 direct mouths, there are 7 indirect mouths known as laughter, wonder, chivalry, compassion, anger, disaster, and fear. Oh, sorry, it's all over the
Asya Adbhuta Veera Karuna Rodra Vivatsa Bhaya Asya Adbhuta Veera Karuna Rodra Vivatsa Bhaya Pancha Vida Bhakti Gona Sapta Rasa Haya Panchavida Bhakti Gona Sapta Rasa Haya Asya Adbhuta Veera Karuna Rodra Vivatsa Bhaya Panchavida Bhakti Gona Sapta Rasa Haya Asya Adbhuta Veera Karuna Rodra Vivatsa Bhaya Panchavida Bhakti Gona Sapta Rasa Haya Asya Adbhuta Veera Karuna Rodra Vivatsa Bhaya Panchavida Bhakti Gona Sapta Rasa Haya
Asyadbhuta Virakaruna Rodra Vivatsabhayam
Asyadbhuta Vira Karuna Rodra Vivatsabhayam
Panchavidha Bhakti Gona Saptara Sahayam
Panchavida Bhakti Gona Saptara Sahayam
Asyadbhuta Virakaruna Rodra Vivatsabhayam
Asyadbhuta Vira Karuna Rodra Vivatsabhayam
Panchavida Bhakti Gona Saptara Sahayam
Panchavida Bhakti Gona Saptara Sahayam
Asyadbhuta Virakaruna Rodra Vivatsabhayam
Asyadbhuta Vira Karuna Rodra Vivatsabhayam
Panchavida Bhakti Guna Saptara Sahayam
Panchavida Bhakti Gona Saptara Sahayam Asya Laughter Adbhuta Wonder Veera Chivalry Karuna Pathetic Rodra Anger Vivatsa Disaster Daya Fearfulness Panchavida Bhakti in 5 kinds of devotees Gona Indirect Saptarasa 7 kinds of mellows Aya there are
So what's pathetic? What's the feeling pathetic one?
Karuna
In addition to the 5 direct mellows, there are 7 indirect mellows known as laughter, wonder, chivalry, compassion, anger, disaster, and fear. This one's repeats. In addition to the 5 direct mellows,
In addition to the 5 direct mellows,
there are 7 indirect mellows
the 7 indirect mellows
known as laughter,
wonder,
wonder,
chivalry, compassion, anger, disaster and fear. Yeah.
Shanta Bhakti Rasa is described as follows in the Bhakti Rasa Sindhu. Akshamanya Vibhavadangari Samani Swadhyakam Gita. Shai Shanti Bhakti Gira Shanta Bhakti Rasa Sukha. Raya Swa Sukha Jaitiyam Sukham Shad Bhakti Yogina. Kid Bhakta Sokyam Aganam Ganam Tuishamayam Sukha. Tatra Visa Swaru Hanu Bhavachmi Sharo Viktuta Dasadi Vanmano Jan Yakiva Viladea Natata Mata. When Shankarati in neutral function exists continuously and is mixed with ecstatic emotion, and when the devotee relishes that neutral position, it is called Shankar Bhakti Ras. Shanta Bhakti Ras devotees generally relish the impersonal creature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, since their taste of transcendental bliss is incomplete, called agana, are not concentrated. A comparison is made between ordinary milk and concentrated milk. When the same devotee goes beyond the impersonal and tastes the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original form, as Satchit and Anandabhigha, his transcendental blissful body, complete in knowledge of eternity. The taste is called concentrated jnana, transcendental bliss. Sometimes the devotees in Shantaras relish transcendental bliss after meeting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but this is not comparable to the transcendental bliss relished by the devotees situated in Dasharas, the transcendental love, in which they render service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dasharas, or Dasha Bhakti Ras, is described in the Bhakti Rasa Sindhu 3:23-4 as follows. Atmo Kritir, Vivara Raja Kritir, Aswadyantam, Nitam Chekasi Bhaktinam, Pati Bhakti Rasa Mata, Anugrayasya Dasa Lavitam Api Ayam Vida, Vichite Sandamon Vito Gaurava Putra Iti Yapi. It's just the Caitanya actually. It's only taken me 4 years to work upon out, but the reason why we should have had this word in the Sanskrit is because he's managed to learn it. Amazing, yeah? Never thought of that before. When according to his desires, the living entity develops love for the Supreme Personality of God. This beginning stage of love is called Dasha Bhakti Ras. Dasha Bhakti Ras is divided into two categories called Sambrahma Dasha and Gaurava Dasha. In Sambrahma Dasha, the devotee renders respectful service to the Supreme Personality of God, but in the more advanced Gaurava Dasha, the service takes the form of giving protection to the Lord. Sakya Bhakti Rasa is described as follows in the Bhakti Rasa Nita Sindhu 3.1. Shai Bhava Bhavya Gyan Sakyam Atmochite Niha Nitas Chite Satan Pushtem Rasa Prayam Unyaryate. According to one's original consciousness, ecstatic emotions may be exhibited as continuously existing in eternity. When this stage of Krishna consciousness is mature, it is called Prayam or Sakya Bhakti Ras. Vatsali Bhakti Ras is described in Bhakti Rasa Nita Sindhu 3.4.1 as follows. V Bhava Jais to Vatsalya Sai Pushtam Upagata Aisha Vatsalya Namatra Bhakta Bhakti Rasa Budai. Study is like the foundation, the constant. Interesting, like some of the static timing. Internally existing love, God can transforms into parental love, and this mixed with corresponding emotions. That stage of spiritual existence is described by many devotees as Vatsalya Bhakti Ras. Madhuri Bhakti Ras is described in the Bhakti Ras and Katsindhu. In 5.1 as follows. Admo Chite, Viva Bhaja, Pushte, Nika, Satan Prade, Madhurya Rako, Bhavan Bhakti Rasa, so Madhurya Bhakti. If in accordance with one's own natural development in Krishna consciousness, one's attraction leans towards conjugal love within the heart, that is called attachment, in conjugal love, or Madhurya Ras. Similarly, Hasya, Adbhuta, Vira, Karuna, Rodra, Vaya, and Vibhaksa, the seven indirect modes, are explained in the Bhakti Sindhu. The Hasya Bhakti Ras, Latin devotion, is explained as follows. Shamaniya, Vibhavaja, Pushtam, Asa Bhakti, and Gata, Hasya Bhakti Rasanam, Buddha, Asia, Nigan, When through devotional service, a laughing attachment to Krishna is developed, it is called Hasya Bhakti Ras by many scholars. Similarly, Adbhuta Ras is described in the Bhakti Rasa and the Sindhu. Admochite Viva, actually I just going to tell you the story, which is very funny. It's in this book by Dr. It's a little book, which is a little blue book, and it's a beautiful book. And so anyway, this Gopi finally catches Krishna stealing the butter, and she grabs him, and she takes it to him with Yashoda. And she starts saying to him, Yashoda, your boy is such a rascal. He is taking the butter, he's such a sneaking, uncultivated devil. And then she's saying, she starts laughing again. Somebody showed us, thinking that she's joking. And she gets so sick, she says, you really need to punish him very, very badly. It's such a naughty guy. And she does start laughing again. Somebody showed us, wondering what's going on. And then she tries to get serious again. And then eventually, she does start laughing, she just goes away, Somebody showed us. Scratching her head and she's looking at Krishna. But what Krishna's been doing is he was hiding behind the Yashoda. He ran ahead actually, that's right, the Gopi said he ran ahead so the Yashoda would see him first and he could hide behind the Yashoda. And while the Gopi was saying all these bad things about Krishna, he was often telling him all these funny caricatures of his face. And it was so funny, she could stop laughing. She was trying to get serious again, but she burst out laughing. And Krishna makes it persuade. He makes up words for years ago. And he says, oh, she's Wonder or something like that. And she goes, and he goes, yeah, she's married to Sandra Anna or something like that. And then he goes, Certainly, Adhoksaja is described in the Bhakti-Rasamrita Sindhu, Adhoksaja Vibhavagaya, Swagya Vam, Bhakti-Chaitase, Savishmaya, Rapya, Nita, Bhuta, Bhakti, Rasa Bhave. When one's general attachment is fixed in wonder, it is called Adhuta Bhakti Ras. And there's a case of that when Yashoda looks into, she starts realizing that the entire cosmic creation is inside him, and then she becomes very philosophical, and then Krishna makes her forget that so that she can go back into that Sangha Ras. Vira Bhakti Ras is described as follows: Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 4.1. Swaito Saha Rakya Tani Vibhajya Nijo Chita Naya Vira Bhakti Rasamrita Yudhana Goya Dharmasya Chatoda Vira Uchite. When attachment to Krishna mixes with the Balako's tendency, charitable tendency, or the merciful tendency in the heart of the devotee situation is called Vira Bhakti Ras. Balakos is like a very kind of in the Balakos. Certain person is very how can you describe it?
Compassion and willingness to fight.
Oh, very courageous, Balakos, like kind of aggressive. Karuna Bhakti Ras is described as follows in the Bhakti Ras Sindhu 4.1. Adhoksaja Vibhavagya Nita Pushtam Satankriti Bhavak Choksavatya Bhakti Rasohi Karuna Vida. When one's devotional attitude and attachment to Krishna is mixed with lamentation, it is called Karuna Bhakti Ras. Similarly, Rodra Bhakti Ras is described as follows. Bhakti Rita Koda Bhakti Pushta Vibhajya Nijo Tar Harida Bhakta Janashyaso Rodra Bhakti Raso Bhave. When devotion is mixed with anger in the heart of the devotee, the taste is called Rodra Bhakti Ras. Vayanaka Bhakti Ras is described as follows in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 4.6.1. Vakshamamaya Vibhavajya Pushtam Vaya Kategata Vayana Kal Ibo Bhakti Rasa Dhyana Udayate. When devotion is mixed with fear, it is called Bhavayanata Bhakti Ras. The Vatsa Bhakti Ras is described as follows in the Bhakti 4.7.1. Pushtam Nija Vibhagya Yukuksha Vatya Asala Bhakti Rasa Vira Vivatsha Sakya Itiva Yate. When one's attachment to Krishna develops in an abominable way, and the devotee enjoys it, that is called the Vatsa Bhakti Ras. In conclusion, when a devotee is situated in any of the five principal modes, Chandradasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Omadurya, and the fellows mixed with one or more of the seven indirect Bhakti Ras, Tasya, Adhuta, Vira, Karuna, Rodra, Vayanaka, Obivatsa, the indirect mellows become prominent. Oh, again, do another shah, again, do another kaya, Shashunari Kandina, Tasma Shigravadi Maha, Shri Caitanya Brahmastam Sthapitam Yekutare, Swayamupa Viramayam Vidaki Chayantikam, Jaya Shri Krishna
Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Vanchikapatubhyascha,
Vasindhuvecha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo.
So, quite technical, and obviously it's good to read the writing gradually. And there's actually a book by Dasa called The Way to Devotion. It's taking the method of devotion and breaking it down to make it more easily understandable. And it's amazing when you really realize how much you really understand and copy it. So 70 direct moments. So that is very interesting because for the impersonalists, it's just head first into a bit of blood. As long as they can hang in there before something comes up and they drop back down again. Which is, you could say it's certainly, you're not really accessing your full potential. You could say that. It's like if a man's got a really sore arm, and then he comes the next day and you say, how's your arm? He says, it's not sore anymore. And you say, well, that's fantastic. And so it's not really that fantastic. So I've got a sore arm anymore. So you could say that when you merge into the Brahman, like you solve the problem of suffering, but you've also got a good person. So an indirect balance, with the engaging in living interactions with other personality. So they lose out a lot, considering for what they gain, which is just abnegation of suffering. It's a lot, a high price to pay. Whereas with devotional service, there is some difficulty, but we see that as the intermediate stage, experience real pleasure. It takes a little time for the arm that's been diseased to become healthy. Although it might be quick to just cut it off, you can just go through, maybe you have to work the muscles again and get the arm strong. Then eventually the arm is good enough, but you will have to go through a certain period of time. It may take a little while actually, especially if you've been in the hospital bed for 3 million years. And you're figuring out, hey, it's not going to be that easy, is it? It's going to take a while to build up your muscles. But the rewards are tantalizingly interesting. It's interesting, isn't it, that if everything is just chemicals, then all these interactions are just, particular molecules bumping into other molecules, and that's causing, look, he's feeling pathetic. Well, he's not actually feeling pathetic. The thermolamina coagulate of potassium sulfate is now intermingled with the perpetude of the aspartate and coagulated thermonuclear proton, and so that's why he's feeling that. It doesn't mean anything very different. Look at the hell with that. So when we're talking about relationships, in an act of devotion, it even talks about smiles and different levels of smiling. You can smile where you just have like little dimples, and you can smile when your teeth are showing, and then you can smile when your mouth is open, and you can be smiling and your shoulders are going up and down, and it's like so funny. Different intensities of humor, How would the scientists be able to describe that? How can you put a pair of shaking shoulders in a test tube to check out where the funniness is coming from? It defeats, the whole approach is defeated by the phenomenon of the time. They wouldn't even go there in the first place. It would have to be just one of those by the way things that we'll try and sort out in the future. But here the method of devotions are very analysing the different relationships that we have, and we can cultivate that with Madhurya Ras. Lord Chaitanya is offering, if you're attracted to Madhurya Ras, and you'd like to assist the Kunja, that you can see. Yeah, Spiritual Master is very here because he's expert at assisting the gopis. Who assists the gopis? Manjaris. He's very good because he's expert at assisting the gopis. I have my sisters are very humble because it's very confidential and related. So that's the spiritual master. He's coming in that line, and that's what he's offering. He's saying, "This is if you cultivate this, then this is what will be stimulated." And I just said something which I've never heard ever before. And if I tell you this, then you will never do the same again. It's in the podcast by Shiva. You may want to leave just now, or at least get oxytocin from January because you're really invested in things of the Shiva was being asked about the Jiva, coming in the how he falls. And he said, it may even be that the Jiva is not like with like a higher ras, and you can't do sadhana. In the spiritual world, to get to a higher ras, so you come here, you do the sadhana, and you get to a higher ras. Shishi Koji Kai Lai Protected Kids. Tissues. So that's amazing, isn't it? So that makes it very interesting. So that's what Caitanya was offering. He's saying, and Lord Nityananda is giving us the qualification. Our qualification is that we need Lord Nityananda's mercy. And Lord Nityananda is especially inclined to give us mercy to the most fallen. So that's our qualification. Our disqualification. We're so disqualified, that's our qualification. Because if we don't, then the future looks very bleak, because the situation is very severe. So if someone's in the hospital and they've got a little scratch on their elbow, and there's another one, and he's been rolled over by a steamroller, and he's in wards 3, 4, and 5, the doctor's going to really go over to the guy that's been rolled over after the steamroller, over those scratches. Morning, did everything fine? And then they go over and see. Just the sense of that. The funny thing with stories is if you're feeling like you're unwell, but I'm getting better more than anybody else. But I'm getting this together, I'm going to bring a real mass. So that we can encourage. Interestingly enough, one of the keys for successful japa is not to become discouraged. Because you may be chanting when the shoulder works expensive. Those mornings when we're chanting and we really feel like we're getting nowhere, We're not even getting nowhere, we're kind of going backwards. We have to keep our path up. Otherwise, things are going to pass the whole day. So we have to remain encouraged, eager, inspired, enthusiastic, intense. Our japa needs to be intense. The mind is like a big rubbery membrane. You can just imagine yourself being inside a balloon, and the balloon is full of all kinds of liquid substances. And the membrane of the balloon is like a thick rubber wall. And you're chanting your japa and you want to get out of the mental platform and penetrate through. So the japa has to be intense and very focused. It's Apana Samchitambo, Yanamana Vishoguna. Human beings are entangled in the complicated rushes of birth and death. Can escape from that reason, even by unconsciously chanting the holy name of Krishna, which is feared by fear the son of God. Any questions or comments? Yes.
Thank you, Lord. This question couldn't be a few days ago. It's more sort of, it's according to maybe sort of expand, I sort of heard it explained as well as you can understand it in like a scientific language. The spiritual master is engaging other jivas in seva, And ultimately, this is also the root of the Rupi is to engage other living entities in the worship of Krishna. So I have to understand that this sort of confidential aspect also is best to focus on the sort of Mahaprabhu with his Sankirtan. Is it best to focus on this until we're ready to understand the more confidential aspects?
Yeah, well, Srila uses an interesting word when he said leanings. Anyone remember where he said it? He said he's talking about leaning. Yeah. But to lean towards something means it's a very kind of natural. When you have a leaning towards something, particular race, that's not something which you have to intentionally, it will just naturally occur. So I thought that was interesting. We're practicing devotional service, and we're waiting to see which way that's going to go, how it's going to develop, And we don't want to interfere with the process. Because it can be a tendency, especially with the young devotees, is they have this kind of sahaja idea of becoming aware of their soul, There was one devotee, and he was in Vrindavan, he was a sannyasi actually, and the devotees came in and it was like that. Like that. And he was standing on a chair, and the devotee says, "Oh, you okay, Maharaj?" Jesus, paracetamol. And what it was, one of the Siddha that told him in Vrindavan, there was a peacock in the spiritual, so we should kind of get into the peacock bar, right? So people see how familiar with that, so that is not encouraged because it will become apparent as you're rendering devotional service, what as you are. And that's why Srila Prabhupada generally didn't say, although I had in one class, he was giving a class and he said to the devotee, "No Krishna's truth in the spiritual world." But generally he didn't say, because Srila Prabhupada could see who you are, or who you were, or who you are coming over right now. But generally, for the most time, Srila Prabhupada just encouraged Vaidhi bhakti. Vaidhi is that you do what you're supposed to do about the duty, and you don't worry too much about how you're feeling about it. We were talking about feelings yesterday. There's consciousness, which is what you're aware of, and there's feelings, which are what your senses and your mind are funneling through in the environment around you. It's ready. So it's ready, then that means I'm feeling sad. So that may be how you're feeling, your emotions, so that's just because they're being determined by the external environment. And your consciousness is aware that you're feeling sad. Your consciousness itself isn't feeling sad, but your consciousness is inherent on this full of knowledge. It's like watching a film, and the guy's feeling sad on the film, and you're looking at the guy feeling sad on the film. He's a cowboy, and he's just had his ranch set on fire by the Indians, So, and then you're sad looking at the cowboy, his ranch, which has been burned. But it really doesn't affect you, because it is kind of pain. They're not your emotions. So, the best thing would be for us to become established in steadiness, nishtha, remove 75% of the unwanted things in the heart. And then once we're nishtha, then we can start looking at like moving, we can start looking at being spontaneous. And then spontaneity means that there will be a natural attraction, a natural leaning towards some aspect, some rasa, some lila that you are especially fascinated by, with Krishna or Rama or Nityananda. It will just it will depend. And at the same time, what is interesting is that we can cultivate that desire to want to go to a particular, and that's in the nectar instructions. It's explained there that we can Tanam Rupa Shanikadi Sukirtanam Sucham Kamina Masam. We can choose a particular associate Krishna that we're especially attracted to and inspired by, and they can become our focus on meditation and becoming our sound. But the first thing actually is just to find out where you're at, and then understand what the next step is you need to take. If at any point during the process of taking consciousness you stop at that point, that's called a nilagraha. The nilagraha. One way is that you're being too cocky and you're too ahead of yourself, and the other way is you're dragging your feet. You should actually be coming onto the next stage. You're still trying to hang back and say, "No, I'm just taking this shit." Because you don't want to be held that accountable or be that responsible. So that's your way of trying to avoid some real numbers. Happy with the devotion service. If your devotion service will become spoiled, if you become entangled with mistakes, activities, or reading, talking about mundane things, and you're practicing those regulations, but doing it whimsically or doing it fanatically. So you have to really understand where we are. Self-realization means really clearly seeing where we're at. Sometimes it's not so easy for us to see where we're at, and that's why we have sadhu-sangha. It's generally everybody else can see where you're at, but we can't because of the false ego. And the false ego is amazing how it works. If you ever look at yourself in the mirror and your nose looks really big, then immediately you go and then tell me that's me. That's not me. That's how the false ego works. You look back on yourself and you think, that was a bit weird. No, that was because he was really Gucci yesterday, so what do you expect? Oh, that's true, so that's okay. So we always choose to file our actions with the false ego. Whereas somebody else would say, well, did you know your nose is really big? Because they can just say it. It's as plain as the nose on it's as plain as the nose on your face. So yeah, where we're at, where we're going. The main thing is where we're going actually. And where we're at is just where we're work in progress. You don't have to worry too much about where we're at because we're in the healing process. So don't worry too much. And you don't mind if you're in the hospital, even if you're in quiet mass, if you're healing every day, the doctor says, great. You're getting a bit stronger. Mr. Krishna Dasa, you won't be long enough. And you're like, okay, fine. No problem. But if you're getting sicker, you go in the hospital and you're actually okay, then you catch COVID when you're in there. Another Super Bowl, something else goes wrong. Any other questions or comments? Interesting, isn't it? 7 indirect modes. You know, and compassion feeling pathetic. Isn't that interesting? I don't really feel compassion, I feel pathetic.
I guess I'm not sure if the prophet uses the words as well. Like empathy, sympathy, so coming from the same path that you need to feel. You have pathology as well, so there's something wrong with the way that you feel.
Yes.
So I think maybe it's just more indicating that you're just feeling it, you're having a strong feeling of emotion in some situations.
Yeah.
And perhaps we know the connotation of pathetic means like pathetic, but perhaps someone just feeling very strongly about some situation.
I looked up in the dictionary just now because it stood out to me then. It says pathetic, it can invoke feelings of compassion. Because it looks like a pity, but it can also sometimes invoke feelings of disrespect. Mm-hmm. So the disrespect isn't always present, but the compassion is there.
Yeah, because you can say, you are pathetic. Or you can, see all these nuances. As Kali progresses, then people revert back to being like cavemen, you know? And it says in the 11th canto that they won't speak anymore. They'll communicate by grunting. Because if all you're trying to do is eat, make, sleep, and defend, you don't need to say anything fancy, like, and you stay on that. It's kind of in the cave. You're going to have to do monkey, fair lady of the valley, for many years, and my heart is happy for you. And all this refined language is because of Uttama Shloka. The finest language is for glorifying the Supreme Person, so it's all the choicest and the most intelligent persons who are glorifying the most enlightened. So now it's amazing. But as Kali Yuga progresses, you won't need all this fancy stuff. You just hit them on the head or eat them or whatever it is you're going to do with them, you know. That's, so that doesn't require more than a group. Anything else will be discussed. And what has happened to the human language? You know, all these certain nuances, nice meant so much, and now nice is like it's a useless word, but yeah, it becomes redundant after a while. And then weird words that didn't even exist, and root words become part of the vocabulary as things become more and more degraded. It becomes more and more. And the rootless words are all related to passing through in the aura or to the genitals. If you notice that, it's all the grossest things, really. That's why we weren't in the first place. You weren't supposed to go there. It's just become part of the national language. So it becomes more, it's got nothing to do with God anymore, the language, you know. Yeah. It used to be, what a divine son. And now it's, the son's wicked today. It's wicked. It's bad. The son's bad. It used to be divine. Hallelujah, worship. The effulgence is divine. Hallelujah is divine. It's the first line of the Gayatri, meditating on this divine effulgence, which is coming from the Brahma Jyoti from Krishna. And that enthuses our meditation. So people's meditation is not being enthused, it's being unenthused, being degraded, dragged down to the lowest level. So, Shri Caitanya Charitamrta, making the wish to show about them are the only hope for society. You have to get them out, get the books out. And I was looking at all that Prashadam yesterday, because there's a lot of biscuits, you know, I was thinking, this is all going to go stale, you know. We have to pass them out. So the books don't go stale. But they've also only got a certain amount of life in them. And we have a lot of books in the warehouse. We might get these books out before they become decomposed and put them into the hands of the poor and souls. Generally, the person that you're giving the book to on the street that you meet is not the person who's going to read the book. So you don't need to give a fancy 3-hour lecture. You know, just make sure you go away with the book. Because he'll go around the corner and he'll say, some weird Hari like Hare Krishna just gave me this book. Why don't you give it to Jim? He's a bit weird, he's just come back from India. And Jim says, no, but Alf, I had a number of head yesterday, and he's not quite the same, but he might be into it. He looks really spaced out now. And Alf's looking at it. And he looks at it, so spaced out, he's on the park bench and walks away. And then Bobby comes along, and he's been looking for the bag of the pizza for years. Sitting there on the bench. Oh, bag. Bobby takes it easy, he's been waiting 6 months. They say every book in the warehouse has got somebody's name on it. We don't know who it is, we're just passing them out. But every book is meant for somebody to read and inspire them to do the devotional service. So nothing is a waste, everything is there for a reason. And Krishna, I'm doing this Bhagavad Gita as never was, so 11th chapter, Krishna asks to Arjuna, he says, these guys have already got books. Anyway, it's whether you want to have them out or not. I'll find them up on the park bench and tell it to you. So I do this place and I just want to go home and bath and space after that. And Krishna said, well, if you wouldn't want to do that, then get them off the park bench. But if you have them out, you'll be number one and send it from mountain. You get a cookie. You want a cookie next?
Just in this point of language, I had one, it was up in the New Man actually. I was asking, and someone was discussing like, as language progresses, I obviously didn't have a high understanding of what Kali was going to entail. If you look at Shakespeare, that language is English, but it's not relevant to us.
Yeah.
So the Prabhupada's books similar have to be updated like this, to make it relevant. And he said, Prabhupada's books with the authority for the English language should be, these would be the standpoint of everything we're trying to match these. Which is what you see, the way Prabhupada uses the English language, it's not human. Like, he finds new ways of using words that are just so perfect.
Well, that's it. So at the Vedan Maharaj was saying that even in 10,000 years, the book should stay the same. Yeah, I would be inclined to think that as well. Yeah. Because if you, one time I was really struggling in Bangor, so I went into the church and I thought, I'll read it all in the book, And at that time, I was going to get married. So I said the prayer to Jesus, Krishna's not helping me. So I picked up the Bible. And they say that when you have a spiritual book, if you pray first and then open the book will speak to you, So I have the book, and we want to read another Bible pages, thousands of that. I opened the Corinthians. And it said, he that marries do well, but he that doesn't do it better. And although it's like an old language, it really hit home, So sometimes you used to know, I'll say something like that, So, cook clean to the so, I was trying to show that the book was later on, I couldn't find it. I used to find it, That's how random it was, How amazing it is. So Srila Prabhupada's books, I like that. They're sitting there on the shelf, and then somebody just comes over, his head comes to him over by steam, and he can't place it on anymore. He opens it up, and it's just Bhagavad Gita, and it says, never was there a time when anyone exist. Nor was kings, nor a hedgehog. Will continue to exist. It's very exciting that we're getting a chance. We just have to not be impatient because it may not be manifesting the way we thought it was going to manifest. We have some utopian idea of what it's going to be. We have to become very malleable to the situation, and then we can become aware of what's going on, and we can start to see Krishna's hand in making the arrangements. I mean, we're an arrangement to send Beatles along, and the Beatles become so famous. Whatever the Beatles said, they were like the modern day messiahs, They were like amazing in their time. The music they were coming up with, my sweet Lord. Remember the Lord had a sweet? My sweet Lord. And he was like, oh, the Lord can be sweet. And I thought that before. I really want to see him. That gets a word, actually. Probably a very interesting person to see, So this whole revolution takes place in the consciousness. Everyone's like worshipping them. And then George Harrison says, Krishna's God, by the way. Krishna's God. Oh my God. So many people just talk to Krishna consciousness because George Harrison said, Krishna. What an amazing arrangement. So Krishna can make arrangements like that. Why is he going to stop making arrangements now? At the right time, the right person will say the right thing to the right people, and the right things will take place. You just have to hang in there and see how it manifests. There's some plan, There's our plan and there's Krishna's plan. So our plan should be to find out what Krishna's plan is, not to try and impose our plan on Krishna. Krishna's plan is a lot better than our plan. Because we've got a very, very compromised view of what's going on. Krishna knows all of the time. But he's dealing with us now because he can see the future. We're waiting now because we can't see the future.
Jai. Jai. Haribol.
His grace is Adhoksaja Krishna.
Jai.